Recording, yes. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Today's video content is all about Wellchild. As usual, I'm searching news stories about the royal family, and of course Harry apparently is in the United Kingdom at the moment, according to hellomagazine.com. God knows where he's staying, and I don't care. I don't really care very much for Harry at all today, actually. Because I went onto the Wellchild website. I know it sounds awful because we all give Harry and Meghan far too much attention, and when they are trying to highlight a good cause, very few of us, well, I can't speak for any of you guys, but I very rarely go and look at the good cause. But I did today, and it's excellent cause. It's excellent. And I've been reading all about the winners for 2023. Bless their little hearts. And these little kids really... I feel, well, I can't speak for Graham, but any difficulty I've ever had in my life, I don't feel I can complain about anything. Having read about these little guys and the parents and the nurses. And what I discovered is, apparently, they have like a unit at Wellchild where the nurse was talking about training. They've got a YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. Interestingly enough, any of the YouTube videos that feature Harry, comments are turned off. But the comments are on all the others. And quite right too. And I've been on their website, and when I hit the menu, there's nothing about their patron. Just like Invictus. There is a page that exists because when I Google Wellchild, you know how Google takes a snatch of, I think they call it rich snippets, of the homepage and then other pages, and Google, right, who are nothing to do with the charity, Google have taken a rich snippet and they have patron of Wellchild, and when you hit that, then you hear all about Prince Harry and how wonderful he is. But when you go on the actual website and you go to menu, again, like Invictus, to try and negotiate, navigate, what you find out, very much at Wellchild, the focus is on the little kids. I've seen one little guy who's a double amputee. I mean, it's heartbreaking, and the things that the parents go through is incredible. And what Wellchild have is this unit, this facility, and the nurse was talking about it's for training. So at first I thought, oh, she means training other nurses. No, training the parents to become experts in, for example, things like management of tracheotomies, you know, where they've had to cut a hole in the throat, because some of these little kids, they can't eat or breathe without assistance, and yet they still fight back with positivity. So I thought I'd begin by reading out this year's winners. There's not that many of them, and I'm not going to read out their full bios, but I'll put a link to the Wellchild website so you can go and see, and they've got photographs of these little guys. So start at the top. These are the 2023 awards. The first one is Violet, and she has won the Inspirational Child 4 to 6 years. She's 6 years old. And she was born with a brain condition. As I say, they've got long bios. I'll let you guys go and read them yourselves. Second, George, Inspirational Child 7 to 11 Years Award. 11-year-old George Hall has severe health problems, meaning he has a tracheotomy, pacemaker, and a complete heart block. And I mean, the bios that go on explain a hell of a lot more on the difficulties and challenges that they have. Hayley won the Inspirational Young Person 12 to 14 years. Teenage Hayley has cerebral palsy, diplegia, I don't know how you pronounce it, and a displaced hip, as well as other complex medical needs. Then we've got Blake. Blake's wearing a little tuxedo with a bow tie, so I think he's actually my favourite. It's like a little James Bond. He has won the Inspirational Person 15 to 18 Years Award, although to look at him, you wouldn't think he's that old because of his condition. Teenage Blake McCaughey has a very complex and incredibly rare genetic condition, which means he has weakened muscles and can't eat or drink. Then we've got Poppy, Caring Child Award. 6-year-old Poppy is a devoted little sister of 16-year-old Paige, who requires 24/7 care to manage her complex health needs. And then you can read all about Paige and how Poppy's face lights up when her big sister's around. Then we've got Rookie, special recognition. 14-year-old Rookie has a form of brittle bone disease and is entirely adult dependent for his mobility and care needs. And he has a long story as well. I mean, they don't make the bios really long. They're a couple of paragraphs and they put a lot in it. Lucinda, special recognition. Mum to seriously ill 2-year-old Leo, Lucinda campaigns tirelessly for Leo and other children with the same severe, unpredictable neurodegenerative disorder. Then we have Hannah, Nurse Award. She's from my neck of the woods, West Sussex. Lancing nurse Hannah Lines is a ventilation nurse specialist at Chestnut Tree House Children's Hospice in West Sussex. Then there's Nell, outstanding professional. Nell is a chaplain from Rugby who works across Warwickshire with children and families who have complex and life-limiting illnesses. Then we've got Richard, Doctor Award. Richard has been a paediatric respiratory consultant at St George's University Hospital NHS Foundation since 2010. Sorry, I'm so sweaty today. I'm not going to strip in front of you. I won't put you through that. Kelvin, Parent Carer Award. Kelvin is a carer from Bodmin who has set up and runs Inclusive Social Club for young people with special educational and disability needs. And then they've got a selection of photographs of mums and dads and the award winners. Now, I'm really bad, as you know, with celebrities, but you know the guy with red hair, I think, is he called, I don't know what his name is. He's really famous. Ed Sheeran, is that him? I nearly said Ronan Keating then. I think he's called Ed Sheeran. And then Gabby Roslin. I love Gabby Roslin. She used to be a presenter on The Breakfast Show. Haven't seen her around in years. Gabby Roslin, celebrity ambassador, says the highlight of the Wellchild Awards is meeting young people, meeting the families, and then meeting all of those incredible professionals. There's never a year that goes by that I don't go home and feel completely in awe of all of them. I can well imagine. Then there is a photograph with Harry at Wellchild Winner Award 2018 EV. Then Samantha Queck. Now, I'm not sure who she is, but she's another celebrity ambassador. I have been out of the UK for a very long time. She says, it's truly the most inspirational, humbling night you will ever come to. It's just one of those nights which is one of a kind. Now, this is interesting. At the end of the page about the awards ceremonies, which I think is their homepage, they have photography at the event. And I think you're all going to really appreciate this. Wellchild will be capturing photographs and video content of all aspects of the event. Photographs and videos from the event will be shared externally via the Wellchild website and social media channels. They will also be made available for use by the media, guests and our event sponsors. Please notify a member of Wellchild team if you would prefer not to have your image shared in this way. All information captured by Wellchild is managed according to Wellchild's privacy policy, which you can read here. I'm guessing Harry will be the one to go, please respect my privacy. Are you getting on how pissed off I am reading this? Because they've had to switch the comments off on their YouTube channel where he's involved. Step away, Harry. Step away from them. Don't hurt these little guys. Whether it's justifiable or not that people are so pissed off with you, so sick of you, just for the benefit of Wellchild, step away. Don't be involved. And for the benefit of the sugars. Now, I saw an article yesterday, which I mentioned on Graham's channel last night. No, it was the day before. And I was so disgusted and angry about it, I thought, don't make a video about it, Fiona. It's always best not to make a video in the heat of the moment. Give yourself breathing space. It was along the lines of Meghan was deprived her last moments with Queen Elizabeth II. The royal family need to apologise. La 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 la. I won't inflict any more on you, and no, I'm not going to put a link because there's no point, because I found the article again and it's been viciously edited to take all of that nonsense out. Harry and Meghan are bit by bit being frozen out. I think she lives in an Instagram timeline where she thinks she can do what she likes, say what she likes, and then it's all forgotten the next day and she can reinvent herself and pretend she's something else. She has brought all this on herself, and as I frequently have sugars, as I call them, lunatics who come on this channel, who start having a go at me going, "You've never met Meghan." Well, I presume these sugars don't like Donald Trump. Have you ever met Donald Trump? Best not say a word about him. Have you ever met, for example, Piers Morgan? Probably not. Best not say a word about him then. In fact, if you see anybody on the news or in the media that you have not personally met, you should not comment on them. I don't think so. That's a load of crap. And I don't really need to meet Meghan because I've met her PR. I'm a viewer and a reader. So let's run through a few of the reasons that I don't like Meghan. Oprah. Need I say more? I think everybody remembers that. They were questioning the colour of what colour Archie's skin would be. Oh, I don't think I should name them. I think that could be very damaging. Well, yeah, it was damaging, Meghan. Damaged you. I knew it would at the time. Slowly but surely, these things take time. They don't happen at Instagram neck break speed. People remember. It's still out there on the internet, even though Oprah apparently doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Then there was Netflix. The ludicrous curtsy. And particularly the line where she said about Prince William, our Prince of Wales, "He's your brother, you deal with him." That's what she said. I watched the 6 boring hours of their wine fest. Spare. Do I even need to comment? It's out there. You can get the quotes, or if you need them, email me. I'll read them out, because I don't suppose you want to spend money. She associates herself with online bullies like Christopher Boozy of Bot Sentinel, who's definitely connected to Sarah Data, a big online troll. Sarah Data's actions actually make Meghan even more unpopular. Did her fact-checking people check who Christopher Boozy was? Or does she know more about Christopher Boozy from way back when? I don't know the answer to that question, but what I do know for a fact is that she chose to feature Christopher Boozy, an online bully who's bullied many people. I've witnessed it. Many people who are not multimillionaires like her. She chose to feature him on her Netflix docu-series, of which she had full editorial control. Treatment of the late Majesty and Prince Philip. When Prince Philip was dying, and everybody said, "Could you not delay the Oprah thing?" What was it they said? "Oh, they're just making that up for sympathy. That's just to stop us from airing the Oprah thing." Oh, whoopsie doodle, Christopher Boozy. He died. The late Queen suffering from bone cancer. According to people close to her, watched the Netflix thing and the Oprah. Well, watched the Oprah thing, not the Netflix came out after she died, but watched the Oprah thing and cried. The woman died. They actually asked Harry to go and visit her, but no, he was too busy. He was busy doing Invictus, the Invictus thing that never happened last year. Remember that? And then he came to the UK and whoopsie doodle, it was too late. As I recall, people were begging him to go up to Balmoral to see her for her last moments, but no, he was too busy. Oh, but then now it's everybody else's fault. The way Meghan has treated her family, her father particularly, just icing him on the world stage, not even in private, writing him a letter, and when he didn't tell anybody about the letter because he was tearful and upset and embarrassed, 5 of her friends leaked it to People magazine. Not Thomas Markle. Her camp leaked it to People magazine, which hurt Mr Markle even more, to the extent he thought he'd allow some snippets to the Daily Mail. They published them, and his daughter sued them, and really exacerbated the whole thing. I mean, that idiot, Warby, idiot. I cannot emphasise it enough. The way she dumped her first husband. Trevor, send the ring back in the post, no further use to me. What was it, Naniki Pretty? Oh, there's a long line of dead bodies of people who've been cast aside while she's been climbing the greasy pole. Well, trust me. The A-listers don't want to know. The charities are embarrassed. But what really worries me is that Wellchild may well be damaged because of Harry, that fool, and his wife. And yes, he has been complicit and he has allowed her to do this. I'm in really quite a bad mood today, guys, and I have delayed this video. And God, I'm glad I didn't do it in the first instance because I was really angry. The reason, sugars, that people don't like Meghan is her own actions, her own flapping lips, her noises that came out of her mouth. Have you not realised by now the A-listers don't want to know? The studios don't want to know? She's now reduced to creating her own vanity projects Whether she's going to star in them or not, I don't know. But that's something by the lake. That's what she's reduced to. Or trying to relaunch an Instagram social media account. How far she has fallen. She's actually lower down than before when she met Harry. At least when she had the Tig, she had a bit of a bit part in Suits. She doesn't even have that. She's vacuous. She's a void. She's banal. She's boring. And they continue to do damage, even though they're not intentionally trying to. I'm sure Harry supports Wellchild, but if he really, really has any feelings for them, please step away from them and allow them to have a better patron. Well, I think that's enough said from me today. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the comments below. Thank you very much for listening.